My partner confessed she was unfaithful. She said she wanted someone stronger. She grinned slyly. My buddies backed her up. I just nodded, grabbed my car keys, and walked out. By morning, my phone was flooded with 28 missed calls. In hindsight, I should have noticed the clues. They were scattered like puzzle pieces over the past few months of our relationship. But after 3 years together, you tend to give them a pass. At least, that's what I told myself. It began with little things. Sarah started staying late at work, which wasn't odd during peak times. Then I noticed a new scent I didn't know, outfits I'd never seen in our wardrobe, and her phone becoming this untouchable thing always within reach. I'm not the possessive type. Never was, but something felt wrong. The way she'd flinch when I tried to wrap my arms around her while she texted. How she'd step outside for work calls. The frequent nights out with friends whose names were new to me. Last Monday, I was sorting clothes when her phone screen lit up on the table. A text from someone named Kyle flashed briefly. "Can't stop thinking about you." Last night was, the rest was hidden, but my gut sank. I didn't want to be the guy who checks his partner's phone, but it felt like the world was urging me to open my eyes. When she got home, I chose to be straightforward. She was in the kitchen, blending a drink like everything was fine. The whir of the blender echoed as I stood by the doorway watching her. "Who's Kyle?" I asked when the noise stopped. Her body stiffened instantly. Then, to my surprise, she smirked, not her usual bright grin, but something sharp and smug. "Took you long enough, David," she said, sipping her drink. "Kyle's my boss. And yeah, I've been with him for the last 2 months." The way she said it so casually stung like a jab. No remorse, no regret, just arrogance. "I needed someone ambitious," she went on, still smirking. "Someone who knows what he wants and takes it, not someone wasting weekends gaming with Ethan or watching dumb movies." I stood there, absorbing her words. 3 years together, and this was her true opinion of me. Amid the shock, a strange calm settled in, not rage, but clarity. "Does Mia know?" I asked, thinking of our friend who brought us together. "Oh, she's known for weeks," Sarah chuckled. "Most of our friends do, they get it. Kyle can offer a real future, not just hopes and empty promises." That cut deeper than her betrayal. These people we'd shared milestones with, birthdays, holidays, dinners. They'd all known, probably mocking me behind my back. I opened my phone and texted our group chat with Ethan and Mia. "Did you all know?" Ethan replied fast. "Man, you're awesome, but Sarah deserves someone more established. Don't take it personally." Mia added, "We didn't want to upset you, but maybe this is the push you need." I glanced up to see Sarah watching me, that smirk still lingering, waiting for me to lose it, to give her the dramatic scene she could gossip about later. Instead, I gave her a calm, genuine smile that seemed to throw her off. Without a word, I went to our room, grabbed my travel bag, always packed for quick trips, took my laptop and keys, and headed out. As I passed the kitchen, Sarah's smirk wavered. "Where are you going?" she demanded. "Out," I said simply. "And Sarah, keep the place. I'm sure Kyle can cover the rent." She started to speak as I shut the door, but I didn't wait to hear it. My phone buzzed with messages, likely our friends trying to justify themselves. As I drove off, I turned it off and felt something unexpected. Relief. Sometimes losing it all reveals what you never truly had. I had no clue where I was headed, but for the first time in ages, I felt like I was moving forward. Update: thanks for the overwhelming support on my last post. I never expected it to resonate so much. A lot has unfolded in the past week, and I'm still piecing it together. I've been staying at a modest motel just outside town. It's not fancy, but it's tidy, and the owner, a kind older man named Tom, has been great. He even cut $15 off the weekly rate after hearing my story. I turned my phone back on after 2 days of quiet, 28 missed calls, 41 texts, mostly from Sarah, some from Ethan and Mia, and a few from unknown numbers. But what really stood out was the flood of social media notifications. Sarah had been active, very active. Her online posts painted me as a clingy, paranoid boyfriend who controlled her every move. She claimed I'd emotionally drained her for years, kept her from friends, and lashed out when she finally stood her ground. Each post had tons of supportive comments, even from people I thought were my allies. The highlight: a tearful video where she accused me of financially exploiting her by insisting we split bills evenly while I hoarded my money. Ironic, since she earned more and pushed for that setup. Then came a text from Lisa, a longtime coworker. "Check your email. Something's circulating at work about you." Sure enough, there was a company-wide email about fostering a safe workplace, with a subtle nod to recent troubling behaviors from certain staff. No names, but the timing was obvious. I should have been furious. Maybe I should have fought back, shared my side. Instead, I felt curious. How far would she go? Pretty far, it seems. Yesterday, I stopped by a local cafe, thinking it was a safe spot since Sarah never liked their drinks. Wrong. The barista, usually chatty, shot me a look like I was dirt. Later, I learned Sarah had become a regular, sharing her survivor tale with anyone who'd listen. But here's where it gets intriguing. While grabbing some stuff from storage, I bumped into Emma, Sarah's supposed best friend. She looked anxious, checking around like she didn't want to be seen with me. "Be careful," she whispered. "Kyle isn't just her boss. His wife is powerful, really powerful, and Sarah's been telling her you're unhinged, maybe even a threat." "Why tell me this?" I asked. Emma's eyes flicked nervously. "Because this isn't new. Before you, there was another guy at work. Sarah and Kyle did the same thing to him. He left town." That changed everything. I spent the night digging, court records, social media, anything I could find. There was indeed a guy, Nathan, who vanished from online life when Sarah joined the company. This morning, my landlord called. Sarah tried to take my name off the lease, claiming I'd abandoned the place. When that failed, she said I'd been threatening her. He warned me, saying his cousin had faced something similar years ago, but the real twist. I got a message request on Instagram from an unfamiliar account. The profile showed a polished woman in her 40s, dripping in luxury. Her message was direct. "We should discuss my husband and your girlfriend. Coffee tomorrow?" Signed Mrs. K. "I'm meeting her soon." Something tells me Sarah's perfect man narrative is about to unravel. The strange thing is, watching Sarah weave this web of lies, seeing our friends take sides based on her word alone, it's freeing. Every cruel post, every fake sob, every twisted tale just proves I'm not losing anything worth holding on to. Update 2. Apologies for the late update. The last 2 weeks have been intense. That coffee meeting with Mrs. K. A turning point. She'd been collecting evidence for months, not just about Sarah and her husband, but a pattern of misconduct at the company. Remember Emma's mention of the guy who left town? He wasn't the first. Mrs. K had records of at least 3 similar cases over the past 5 years. Young staff getting involved with her husband, then helping silence anyone who might expose them. This time, though, Mrs. K wasn't staying quiet. She had texts, emails, expense reports, even parking lot security footage. But she needed one last thing, public exposure. That's where the company's annual gala came in. I hadn't planned to go, why would I? But Mrs. K had a plan. "Sometimes," she said, "the best justice is letting people reveal themselves." The event was at a swanky downtown hotel. I showed up late, dressed sharper than ever. The stares when I walked in, unforgettable. Sarah nearly spilled her wine. Kyle's face went from flushed to pale in seconds. But the best part? I didn't have to lift a finger. Mia, a bit drunk, approached me first. "You've got some guts showing up," she slurred, loud enough for others to hear. "After all you did to Sarah," I just smiled. "All I did, tell me more." That's when Lisa, my coworker, stepped in. She'd been quietly gathering her own proof, screenshots of Sarah boasting about her wins in company chats, recordings of her scheming with Kyle. "Actually," Lisa said loudly, "I think everyone deserves the real story." What followed was like watching a house of cards collapse. Mrs. K timed her entrance perfectly, holding a tablet that accidentally started a slideshow of damning messages and photos on the projector. Sarah scrambled to keep her story intact, but the real show was Ethan. Loyal Ethan, who'd been recording everything, hoping to curry favor with Kyle later. Instead, he captured Sarah's full meltdown. "You think you're so smart," she screamed at me. "You and that bitter old hag trying to ruin my life. Kyle loves me. We're building a future." That's when Mrs. K dropped the final blow, divorce papers already filed. Turns out Kyle had fed Sarah the same promises he'd given others. Same playbook, different player. Through it all, I barely spoke, just watched years of deceit unravel. Emma, silent all night, finally spoke. "I helped her," she admitted to the stunned room. "I helped her ruin that other guy's life. I can't do it again." By midnight, the party was over. Sarah stormed out, makeup smeared. Kyle was holed up with HR. Our friends who'd bought her story couldn't meet my gaze. As I left, Mrs. K grabbed my arm. "Thank you," she said, "for not running." I drove back to my motel, feeling oddly at peace. Tom, still up watching TV, took one look at me and grinned. "Good night. You could say that." This morning, my phone's buzzing again, but the tone's different. Apologies, excuses, people swearing they never believed Sarah. Even got a message from Nathan, the guy who left town. He's been following it all through old contacts. Sometimes karma just needs an audience. Final update, this is it, the end of this wild ride. Grab a snack, it's a big one. The fallout from the gala was bigger than anyone predicted. Within 2 days, Kyle and Sarah were asked to leave the company, but that was just the start. Those documents Mrs. K had, there was more, a lot more. Every falsified expense for their business, dinners, every email plotting against colleagues, every skewed performance review. She handed it all to the board. The company's legal team acted fast, more worried about harassment and financial misconduct than the affairs. Here's where it gets juicy. Nathan, the guy who left town, came back, and he brought evidence, records of the smear campaign Sarah and Kyle ran against him. He'd kept it all but hadn't known what to do until now. Mrs. K connected him with her lawyer. 3 days later, he filed a lawsuit. Then others stepped forward, former employees with their own stories and proof. What started as one scandal snowballed. Sarah tried to spin it, posting a weepy video claiming she was the victim, manipulated by Kyle and now unfairly targeted. That's when Emma found her courage. She shared screenshots of their private chats, Sarah gloating about her schemes, mocking her targets. Last week, Sarah showed up at my motel. Tom called me at work. "That girl you mentioned, she's causing a scene outside." I took my time getting back, found her sitting on my car, makeup streaked, holding a folder. "I've got dirt on everyone," she said, voice trembling but trying to sound tough. "Help me stop this or I'll spill it all." I laughed. "Go ahead, burn every bridge you've got left." She shoved the folder at me, photos, messages, years of her manipulative insurance. I snapped pictures of every page while she glared, then handed it back. "Do what you want, but look where your plans have landed you." People like Sarah hate when their tools are used against them. She shredded the folder right there, yelling we'd all regret it. Someone filmed it. It was viral by noon. The final nail, Mrs. K's divorce was finalized. She got everything, the house, cars, most of their assets. Kyle's company severance, eaten up by legal fees, his reputation, ruined, his career prospects. Good luck with that Google search. Sarah's moving back with her parents out of state. Her social media's gone silent. Our friends who backed her are facing their own consequences. Ethan sent a long apology text about being a better friend. I sent back a screenshot of his old messages siding with Sarah. He blocked me. Spineless. Mia's scrambling, worried Sarah's screenshots might tank her career. I almost feel sorry for her. Almost. Me. I just signed a lease on a new place, landed a promotion at work. Funny how cutting out toxic people changes everything. I'm seeing someone new, taking it slow, doing it right. The best revenge isn't scheming, it's living well and letting others implode. But I won't lie, watching it all crash has been pretty great. This is my last update. Thanks for following along, Reddit. Karma doesn't need your push, just step back and let people show who they really are.